Ready? This or that. And it's going to be a speed round of questions. Ready?
Okay.
Wonder Woman or Superwoman?
This.
Huh? What?
1 2 1 2. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
Where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane.
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast, the voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Field House, we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe damn.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
Hey guys, you know what time it is? It is Friday morning. It's a brand new episode of Saddle Up Podcast, and today we got G. Are you not excited about this guest right here? I mean, we get excited about all the guests, but this one is pretty special.
I get excited and I get nervous at the same time. So I eat. I have to get something to eat. That's what I do when I get nervous. Eating some watermelon and enjoying some really good food. And I know that we're gonna enjoy this guest today, the one and only. Who is it, man? I need you to. I need you. I need you. I need you to
So special, we forgot the name.
I need you to announce it. I need you to announce it.
Shelly Patterson is on the show. Shelly, thank you so much for joining the show.
Miss Shelly.
I'm sorry G dropped the ball on the intro, but Shelly, thank you. We're so excited to have you.
See, Shelly, we already started. He already started making.
It's because I make you nervous, right? It's just
I'm telling you,
the life that I've lived. It's just we're
extravagant.
Yeah. I'm a teacher, and that's such a high paying venture that you just makes you nervous. Yeah.
Yes, it makes me nervous. I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
Well,
But,
Shelly,
thank you for being on the show.
Shelly, we haven't seen you. You graduated when? 1990.
1998. Yeah.
98. That's what I was going to say. 98, 99, right? And so I haven't physically seen you. Well, we saw you at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Congratulations for getting inducted. Y'all won the Sun Belt Conference in 96. 97. And we saw you at the Hall of Fame ceremony. The team was inducted, so kudos and congratulations to that. Prior to March, we hadn't seen you in 20 some years.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's
there's
been
so much to catch up on. So tell us, where are you at now? What have you been up to? Like, tell us about being married for 20 some odd years and 4 kids
Shelly, we're gonna get talk to us about what you did at the University of Texas Pan American. Why are you a legend right now? Let's talk about that.
Wow,
what did you do?
That's a strong word, legend. I don't think I'd say legend.
You are a legend. Definitely a legend.
I'm a proud alumni for sure. I don't know about legendary status yet, but maybe I'm getting there.
You are.
I ran cross country and track, and actually, if I'm a legend, it would probably be for my super thick country accent when I first came to University of Texas Pan American from the deep East Texas pine trees of Diboll, Texas. That's actually what everybody still remembers. When I see anyone today, if 20 years has passed, 10, 25, whatever, they will see me and they're like, hey, Shelly from Diboll. I'm Shelly from Diboll. Because when I first came to the university, I was, from East Texas, and I had that really thick accent. I obviously don't have it a lot right now, but
it's there. It sneaks out.
You can hear it.
Oh yeah.
Don't sell yourself short, Shelly. Like, you still hear it.
Okay. That's something that all my teammates still tease me about, and if I'm legendary, it's for the podunk country accent.
No, legend
You're a
legend.
Don't worry. Don't sell yourself short. So,
but I love Diboll, and that town really gave me so much support to give me a catalyst in my athletics. But yeah, I ran cross country and track, and I had been born and raised in Texas, and I actually, up until the point I got recruited and went on my recruiting visit, to UTPA back in 1994, I actually had never visited the Rio
That
Grande
was going to be
Valley.
my question.
Yeah, I
Man,
didn't know that
that
part
happens a lot, man. This is
existed,
happening a lot,
right?
Shelly.
I'm like, and
Yes.
I remember when I got there, people would say, even recently, it's the best kept secret in the United States. And
is.
it really is, because even people like me, born and raised in Texas, you just kind of think San Antonio is kind of it. That's South
Yeah.
Texas. You don't realize like
Corpus.
The Riverwalk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
4 hours south. But I remember getting off the plane for my recruiting visit and in McAllen and just walking out of the airport, and I'm like, there are palm trees. This area is just tropical. It's beautiful. And of course, the on the recruiting visit, they'll take you to the beach and stuff. And I just fell in love with it. So I wanted to stay in Texas because, again, being raised in the era that I was raised in, it was all, Texas is the best. We still like, sing the Texas song and pledge to Texas, 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 Texas. So you have to stay in Texas or else you're a traitor to the world. So definitely it was something Texas.
Yeah.
So you're making me feel so bad now, Shelly, because I
Shelly,
lived in San Diego.
Thank you, Shelly.
I'm just being real. That's how
He's
it is.
a traitor. He's a traitor. He's a traitor. That's it.
I think
He's a
you and
traitor.
G talked before
We did.
y'all got on the
We're gonna
episode,
team up.
because I feel blindsided right now. I'm like, what? Where is this coming from?
Hey, as long as it's in your blood and you keep hyping it up, then we might still accept you back.
Yes.
Shelly.
Fold into the real true fold of born and raised Texans. But anyway, so I just fell in love with that. And then also there was a financial aspect of it. I was recruited by several schools for music as well as athletics. And at the end of the day, this is the school that gave me more money. And in addition to that, the coach at the time, Coach Harder, he was the cross country coach and head track coach. And I had, read his background coming from A&I, and he was just amazing. And I wanted to run for a coach that had a history of, being able to really care about the athletes and develop athletes. And in addition to that, develop the whole person.
That's awesome.
So
Now, were you at Pan Am for 4 years?
All 4 years.
All 4 years.
Yep, ran all 4 years.
Wow. And then so you graduate in 98, and then, we'll get into like favorite moments as an athlete and stuff in a little bit, but where did you go after you graduated? Did you pursue a career? Did you stay in the Valley? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, so I actually got married to Coach Patterson.
Nice.
Yeah,
Coach.
Coach, shout out to Coach.
Yeah, we met at church there, and really we were bonded by sports. We love sports. I always wanted to, be with somebody who loves sports, a sports fanatic who wouldn't mind, watching sports every day of the week. Participating in sports as well was a big thing. Just big sports knowledge. So we met there. We kind of hit it off there, and when we got married, I was still in college running, and actually we became pregnant 2 months after we got married. And I actually ran in the last cross country meet of my career when I was 2 months pregnant with our oldest son. Yeah. So when I graduated in 98, I walked across the stage. I was 4 months pregnant with our first son.
Wow.
Congratulations.
There is no excuse, Matt. No excuse. Get your tail off the couch and start running, man. Miss Shelly ran in a freaking Division I meet.
Yep. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, right. I know. That was the last one of that, that pregnancy, obviously, that I ran in. But so when I got married, that's when Jason, us having a family kind of so early on in our marriage, we both had to kind of rethink career paths and things like that now that we had, a child to care for. And so he wanted to change career paths. And both of us had a strong belief in family. Family is our most important goal with our kids. And so we wanted that traditional family style, that traditional family time when we had kids. So I wanted to be able to stay home with my kids and to raise them and be with them. I did have career aspirations as well, but I was perfectly happy to put those on hold for a while because I did always have an overarching goal of wanting to be a homemaker for my kids when I had young kids. And luckily, Jason also, we both wanted those same things. So he knew that if he was going to have to be, the traditional role of provider, that he needed something that would be able to do that. So we kind of did a pivot. After our son was born, and Jason was born and raised in Las Vegas. So we actually moved back there. So after I graduated, we went to Las Vegas, Nevada. He was born and raised there all his life. So to us, Vegas wasn't just like, whoa, hotels, a vacation. It was actually, there's schools
there was a support system
there. There's a support.
It's actually really nice.
It is really nice.
There's, you don't actually even have to ever go to the, vacation.
It's not just the strip. Yeah,
right. Exactly. So we went there. That's where we headed after I graduated. And then had 2 more kids in Vegas. My 2 daughters, they love to say, oh, I was born in Vegas. And they're like, well,
oh, they love it.
So we wanted a big family, and we pursued that goal. And then when after the recession of 2008 occurred, Jason had done a career pivot to the financial industry, and that industry got hit pretty hard with during the recession of 2008. So at that point, we moved back to Texas again. I was a Texas
calling you back
myself.
Texas calling you back. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Texas calls me too. Like
right. So
G calls me too. Like, hey, make a trip, man. Come on. Let's make a trip. So
So pretty much, I mean, there are, details along the way as far as job changes and things like that. But I guess if I was to sum it up, after I graduated from Pan Am, all my 20s, I was just having a family and raising our family.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it. That's so awesome.
I mean, I was still running.
I love to hear that.
Feel bad again. I was always disciplined in my running. The only time that I wasn't, running and staying in shape and competing is when I was in those later stages of pregnancy.
Oh, okay.
So,
because you were running it up until 4 months. Apparently, that's what you told us, right? And so, so you still, I mean, obviously, we're not spring chickens anymore, right? We're kind of relatively all the same.
Speak for yourself, man.
Okay. Well, do you still carve out time for yourself to run? And
absolutely,
is that the Shelly me time? Like, Jason, take care of the kids.
I don't know how to function as a human any other way. I've always been an athlete, and I just don't know how to exist. So it's not about, having time or carving time. It's about, that's just what you have to do. So I've always been an athlete. When I was a stay-home parent, I would still definitely run. I would push my kids in the double stroller and run and sing to them, and
there she goes again
in races. And actually, fast forward to even now, I mean, I don't mind saying my birthday's in a couple of weeks, and I'll be 48. So
when is your birthday?
May 17th.
May 17th. All right, we'll give you a shout out on
okay.
We'll give you a shout out on the
social media
for sure.
Thanks.
I'm a May baby also, so I get it. Mine's at the end of the month. Mine's May.
Okay. Well, happy birthday at the end of the month. So I've just always made that a priority to stay fit and stay in shape. Even when, I ended up going back to school and getting a master's degree and advanced certification and joining, the workforce and things like that, and, working all day, and then, having kids activities in the evening. I would get up at 3:45 in the morning or whenever I could and get my workout in to make sure that I did that. I like being a person that, that is fit and feels strong and has confidence and posture, and, knowing that I'm healthy and fit. It's just a good part of personality to be able to accomplish goals. And,
not to cut you off, but G, do you see a similarity between the teammates?
It's crazy, Shelly. Like you and like your teammates that we have interviewed are like, you all have the same lifestyle, the same priorities.
Yep.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
And you're both Hall of Famers. You're both Hall of Famers on that team.
That's great. It's
great.
And
Lindsay wakes up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to go run to make sure she gets her workout in before, the work and the family activity.
Yeah. And Shelly, again, we feel we just feel like we're just slobs right now. Like Matt and I
feel like a blob. Like
total blobs, total slobs, total couch potatoes. this is really, I don't know if it's good for us, for our self-esteem, or if this is going to push us.
Hopefully it's motivating, but
I'll
that's
be
the one
right
thing.
back. I'm gonna go run, and then
Yeah.
we'll get you to pause. Right?
I don't like yesterday. Okay, don't tell my supervisor, but like I have my last we have A-day, B-day schedule at the high school I work at, and on my B days I have 8th period off, and so I kind of like skirted out early and got my run in because I had meetings yesterday after school, so I make sure and get that run in.
Gotta get it in.
But that's one of the
We
things.
won't tell your supervisor. We only have
Okay.
like 10 listeners, so I
Yeah,
doubt your
okay.
supervisor listens to the show.
So honestly, they will be fine.
We'll
They
edit that out. We'll
myself
edit it
in
out.
shape.
Yeah.
But that is one of the definite, commonalities with our cohort of athletes during that time period, because we're all so disciplined. There were most of us, now I can't speak for, Lindsay, who you are referring to, but I know that most of us on the team we were first generation to go to college, to graduate from college. And so it wasn't like a situation where we had any other option. We had to put in those miles. We had to keep our scholarships, or else there was no other way we were going to pay for school. We had to keep disciplined, and we just, we would say, like, we died together every day because those workouts were so hard out in that triple digit hot sun, but we just pushed each other. We didn't have, social media or technology to look at and to just say, hey, other people aren't doing this, or what are they doing in this area? Our world was just, that track, or in that, area that we ran on. We would run on the canals, which I think are blocked off now, going from the university down, past the Sugar Road golf course, and then, just run on those canals all the way. And the distance would be marked off by each street, and we would know if we had to run, 10 miles, 15 miles, 8-mile, 9-mile run, that we would go to the different streets and then come back. But we just developed such a discipline because none of us really had any other option to change the trajectory of generational cycles of our life.
I love that.
Some of us had a lot of negativity in past generations. Others of us didn't necessarily have negativity, just low opportunities. We were the ones that were going to start that, that cog kind of turning the other way and give our posterity and future generations those opportunities.
And you've done that. Look at that. Look at what you've done. Like you're such a great example for your 4 babies, right? Obviously they're grown up now. We met your youngest son at the Hall of Fame ceremony, and he's tall.
But,
like he's
But think about also, to piggyback with just what Matt just said. You're an inspiration. You get to be in front of kids. You said that you teach at the high school, right?
I do. I teach at Prosper High School in Prosper, Texas, which is in Collin County, about 40 minutes north of Dallas.
He knows where it's
Absolutely.
at.
I actually worked at Collin College in Plano for a couple of years. That you with your personality, with your lifestyle, with just philosophies, it's unbelievable that these kids get to have a teacher like you. It's probably an inspiring thing every day for them. Think about what you're doing to us. Right now in 15. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna, after this, I'm gonna go drop off my dog at the groomer, and I'm gonna go run for the hour that. And this morning I sent G a message this morning, because now I'm in a running club. I did 2.5 miles this morning, and sent him a screenshot like, hey, I got 2.5 miles in this morning.
That's awesome.
Shelly, let me ask you, what did you play other sports in high school?
Yes, when I was in high school, I grew up in a 3A, which I think now with the change would be equivalent to probably a 2A. So small enough to where you didn't have to, try out and be well, you had to try out, but you didn't have to be the most elite of the elite of the elite in order to make the team and participate. So I actually loved that. I played basketball all from 6th grade on. I played volleyball. I was in the marching band. I was a cheerleader. I did flag corps. I was in the band, a state solo and ensemblist for the euphonium. Softball. I loved it. I loved it so much, and I excelled obviously the most in running. But looking back, I realize now that those experiences were so incredible to be able to, not only just emotionally and socially to have different groups of friends and to be able to get along with people from different backgrounds and be exposed to stereotype breaking activities daily and be exposed to different perspectives that should help broaden my horizons and my understanding of different issues going on, but also physiologically working those different muscle groups help them to not be injured. And let me knock on wood here. I've never in my entire life of being an athlete since
47, almost 48 years.
I've never had an injury that kept me from participating. You think running that I would have something going on with my knees or something at this point, but I have never ever had an injury. And I know that there's not a one particular prescription to to have that result. But I do very strongly feel that in my developmental, my most formative years, I wasn't just grinding, a certain muscle group. It was
you weren't just focusing on that.
Strength and develop, right? And sometimes I see that now, especially at the high school, the area I work at, it's an extraordinarily elite level of sports. Like we call it the Metro Flex because it's just everybody from here wins everything. But I see on the daily kids already, having ACL, MCL surgery, double surgeries.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in, wheelchairs, crutches. I mean, just because they're so focused in on one sport, and they, hire private coaches and this and that from such a young age that, it just now I am not diagnosing or anything, but I just feel like that that's. I just feel for them. I know that if they're already limping and on crutches and had 3 surgeries already when they're in 9th or 10th grade, when they're 48, they might not have the longevity into sports that I'm able to enjoy because it wasn't so pressured on me, to focus and be the absolute best at every single thing. And I had to compete with I just feel like I'm really grateful for my upbringing. I'm grateful for those opportunities to be a multi-sport athlete and to excel and to just have a great experience. And in college, I really grinded it. I mean, that was the most intense that I've ever. That was a wake up call. When you get
prepared
to college,
you.
But in college, again, I'm grateful I didn't have any injury. But that implemented this phenomenal, out of this world level of discipline.
So. I've got 2 questions. One, I guess, do you ever go back to Diboll? Like, do you still have family there?
Yeah, I still have family there. I do. Yeah.
And then the other
how many autographs do you sign on a daily basis?
You know what? When I go, I usually just visit my family. I haven't really gone to like an event. I actually was inducted into the Hall of Fame for Diboll High School as well.
Man, she's just a stud.
But that was like,
oh my gosh.
And that's really the last event I went to other than like my niece's graduation. So I did get back there. I've been busy raising kids, but now that they're all raised, I do get back and go to events. And I love Diboll. I love the people that are still there and my family.
What's the population there? Like 98?
It hasn't changed that much since I think around 3,000.
98? Okay. 98. Come on, man. There's a Walmart. Is there a Walmart at Diboll?
Is there a Walmart?
No, not even a Walmart.
Do you have a Dairy Queen?
Yes.
Okay, then it's a town.
Dairy Queen and Pizza Hut. Dairy Queen and Pizza Hut.
Yeah. If you got a Pizza Hut and Dairy Queen, you're good, right? So
so it's great. It's really
my next question was, how often do you, the first time you went back to the Valley was for the ceremony in March, but what did you think about the school? Because you hadn't been back, and like, what did you think of when you stepped foot on campus, everything that was going on?
I thought it was phenomenal.
The changes.
Absolutely incredible. I was so just blown away by the additions and how nice it looked, and how we went to the baseball field, and the facilities. I was.
Did you get to see the track locker room?
No, I didn't. We didn't get to go in there.
It's super nice.
A lot of people were kind of talking that up to me, and I was just so proud. Like you said, I had my youngest son with me.
One second, I hate to cut you off because I can edit this out. I need to do one thing. The housekeeper. Hold on one second, and then we'll start the we'll continue.
If Matt's gonna edit this out, just let me take my guitar out and I'll play some music while we wait.
Guitar. Yes.
Do it.
Shelly, it's going pretty good.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah. Just it's kind of like, what do I prepare for? I don't know. It's my life, so I shouldn't have to have anything.
Yeah, it's organic. It's really an organic conversation. But I'm just to prep you for the next question. I know that you have a lot to say about to brag about your kiddos. We want to hear, because I want to know the I guess the correlation between your upbringing and what you bring, what you and JP have brought to the table as far as like parenting. I don't want to go into parenting, but just what you're like, how your kids grab from your little nuggets of influence from you all, and how you've seen those nuggets of influence affect their life. So that's what I was gonna.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah. I just did a podcast with one of my what I do CrossFit. That's my it's painful, but that's like my competitive thing that I've done, because I can't do basketball anymore.
Right.
It's just I think it's the reacting to somebody else's movement that which my knee just kind of doesn't like it. It just doesn't like it at all. Yeah. And so in CrossFit, it's crazy because I tell people I do CrossFit and they're like, well, that's worse than basketball. It really isn't. I get to control every single movement.
Right, exactly.
And I know,
that's the thing.
Okay, how deep can I get in this? How heavy do I have to go? And in basketball, it all depends on how young and mobile that guy is that I'm guarding.
Yeah. I can't do basketball anymore either. Yeah.
Right. Man.
Yeah.
Well, geez, ACLs were. When did you do your ACLs? Like in 2002, right?
Who, me?
Yeah, your ACLs.
Oh, so my ACL left me, broke my heart at 24.
Yeah, like 2002, right? Or 2003, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, around 02. No. It was actually, yes, it was right around 02.
Yeah.
It was right around the second year that I was coaching at the JUCO in Clarendon. Yeah. But hey, I have a question for Shelly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Transition. All right. So Shelly, your influence, your positivity, your lifestyle, you and JP, Coach JP, what you all brought to the table as a family, as in your parenting. Those are like awesome nuggets of influence, right? Like every single day that your kids get to have, every day. What have you seen in your kids, and those nuggets of influence have affected them in their daily lives, and what they've become in their life?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. Thank you. Because, let's start just one by one. So our oldest son,
Absolutely.
the one that was, with me in a way when I was walking across the stage, graduating. He is a great artist. He loves to do like graphic design and things like that. And he also loves sports. He loves talking sports. And so he is really grasped onto that, camaraderie and appreciation and respect for sports that we have. And so that's kind of, where he wants to go. He is, he recently moved back to Texas as well, and looking to get a job within that career of graphic design and things like that. And he is constantly talking sports, with Jason, and so that's kind of that influence. Our oldest daughter, Emily, she's 24, and she actually followed in my footsteps in regards to running. She also got a track and cross country scholarship from Prosper High School to Duquesne University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so
Duquesne, they made an appearance, right?
They made a little
this
run
year.
This season, exactly. Yeah, so she went there and ran only for 2 years because when COVID happened, that kind of derailed everything. She had to come home, and she just wanted to take a kind of a different path after that. She it was harder to keep up with her training, and so she kind of took a little like gap year, and then ended up transferring to University of Pittsburgh. still in
Okay.
Pittsburgh. So she graduated with her degree in biochemistry, and she is a forensic toxicologist
Unbelievable.
in Pittsburgh right now. But that discipline, I
Yeah.
mean, the
Yeah.
fact that she had to also be an athlete and a full-time student, at an elite level, going through high school, being in sports. And she did, go to a high school that, unlike mine, was she graduated from Prosper. That's where we had lived and raised our kids. And it was like more elite. So she developed that discipline, and that discipline was able to transfer to her life and to her studies. And so, she's just doing wonderful because of her discipline.
That's
So
awesome.
that transferred over. And then our third child is also a daughter. Her name is Mariana. And
Mariana.
yeah,
All
she's
right.
well. She actually she was in the band and music. I don't know if you know this. Maybe when you talk to Coach Patterson next after me, he's actually a phenomenal musician. He was actually a concert. Going for a concert pianist before he pivoted into coaching, like way early in his life, and he still
Oh,
plays
we'll definitely
piano
bring that up.
Oh, we're gonna bring that up.
Yeah,
Three
music
like,
has been a big part of our life. I did, band all through high school, and I love music as well. So our third daughter got into music. She was played the trumpet in the band, and music and arts. And actually, when Jason and I first lived in the Rio Grande Valley, coaching and all that, when we kind of got into our careers and family, we felt like it was a little bit slower paced than what we wanted at the time. But later in life, from just recently, from 2019 to 2021, we actually moved back when Jason got a job where he flew all over the country. So it didn't matter where we lived, as long as we lived near an airport. We just thought, you know what? Let's go back to we want to live near a beach, and let's go back. So we actually moved to Brownsville, the lower Rio Grande Valley. We moved to Brownsville, and we lived there for 2 years until COVID. COVID kind of that job was dissolved, and then that's how we moved back up to right back to Prosper, Texas. But we loved living in Brownsville, and our daughter graduated from Veterans Memorial High School in Brownsville.
Yeah.
Her picture is actually in the Fine Arts admin building as one, because she got the highest score possible on her advanced placement art portfolio. And she
Amazing.
leaving marks everywhere. Look at
Yeah.
this.
So that's her. She's actually on a mission for our church right now. And she really pulled out, again, discipline. And we have a big heart, both of us, me and Jason. It's just a big part of our character development because so many people have poured into us, giving back. No matter what stage of life we're in, we put an importance on helping others, serving others, helping wherever we can, whether it's big or small. Raising our kids, we didn't have a lot of money early on, and so we couldn't do big things, but we could always do small things. And our kids always saw us helping people, doing this for someone, serving here or serving there, or just doing whatever we could constantly. That's just a part of who we are and how we function. And so our kids definitely got that as well. That's all they've ever known in our home environment is music, sports, service, reading, and discipline.
Wow.
So, and they're just wonderful humans in this world doing great things, and
they've got great parents. They've got great parents.
The power of influence.
The one that you met there, our youngest, Nate, he's also a phenomenal musician. And when he graduated high school, he had 14 advanced placement credits. So he just graduated high school last year, but he's actually going to graduate college this December. So he's our one who is just, again, heart for service as well. He teaches little kids jujitsu. He teaches in our church class. So again, sports, service, discipline, and just trying to,
better the world.
Person in this world. Yeah. So we're real proud of all our kids, and we really love them.
The universe really knew what it was doing when they brought Coach JP and Shelly together.
But our story started, all of this started at University of Texas.
UTPA.
And so when our son came for the Hall of Fame, for the Hall of Honor induction, I was really, it meant a lot to me that now, fast forward 26 years, I can bring my family back to where I graduated from and feel proud of that university. I can look at the additions that have been made, and especially the athletic director. Forgive me very much, I forgot his name, but he is
Chase.
he's so impressive. He was so humble. He was so genuine, and he really prides himself on the fact that, you know, he saw me and my teammates there at that Hall of Fame, and he was so glad that, you know, we have such a tight bond, and we're so proud of being from that university. He's proud of the advancements that have happened under his watch and previous athletic directors' watches. It's so, like I said, just such a point of humility and gratitude for me to bring my family back and be able to be proud of that first step that changed the cycle and the trajectory of life for generations. And I'm really grateful to have a university I can say that about.
I love that.
Wow.
I love that.
Amazing.
We could
Shelly.
keep talking to you for another 2 hours, you know.
We're
we're running short on time, but I'm just like, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, the coincidental little nuggets, like you being in church and then Jason coming from Western Kentucky and then going to church because he's of service, right? That's what he was doing on that Sunday. And he meets you from Diboll, Texas, a little small town. And now
it's amazing.
The life that y'all have built, the children y'all have raised, the service that you've, I mean, I'm just like, it's euphoric to see it, you know. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is an absolute, like,
it's an amazing story, Shelly, and it's real life, you know. It's an amazing story. But you know what, Matt and I, we may start doing Saddle Up Media, so we're gonna take your legendary status and we're gonna make it into a movie. Do you agree with this?
Make it into a movie.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, our story started there, and we're really humble and grateful. We're just so grateful to be able to, like I said, everybody that we knew at that time. I mean, you're all part of our story because it's
I don't know if you want us part of your story.
We're honored.
You know, it is what it is. But you're stuck with us regardless. I mean,
you know what? Stories have dramatic chapters, right? So
I'm taking it.
You could be the one that people think, I don't know how it's going to turn out.
There's definitely a story arc, and then there's conflict. And then there's
I'm part of the story. I'm part of the story. I don't care what if it's good or bad. I'm part of it.
So I want to before G gets into his rounds of this and that, I got a question for you, and then I'll turn it over to G.
Okay.
We have this playlist on Spotify. It's Saddle Up playlist. And what we do is we ask every guest to contribute 2 songs, right? One from their playing days that would get them amped before a game or a meet or whatever. And then one that they listen to now. So that way every guest can contribute. And then when you go on and you listen in the car, you can kind of, hey, this is what Shelly's into, or this is what G's into, or Lindsay, or whoever, right? And so what's a song for you that you listen to get hyped or amped when you were running before, when y'all were running that, to win that conference championship? What was that song?
Yeah, you know what? For me, it's still the same. It's by Desiree, and it's called Gotta Be.
Gotta Be by Desiree. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was because that the motivation was, in my mind, I'm thinking like, literally and physically, I'm not just running, for myself. I'm running away from negative generational cycles of things, but I'm running to something that I can build for my future family that would be positive. And so I would tell myself, I've got to be, strong. I've got to be these things because there's no one else that's going to do it for my future family. If I want to, have a home environment that I can be proud of, it's got to be me. I'm the one that has to do that. So I can't stop. I've got to go. And so that was something that always motivated me then. And it actually still does. That's the thing. I always, you always cycle back to those things when you were at your most vulnerable and your times on those pivotal, why in the road. And I still look to that. I'm actually a licensed boxer as of right now in the amateur division. My team is Team MTF out of Frisco, Texas. And I listened to that on the way to boxing My
Not
coach.
only will she beat your ass, she will chase you down. Like, you know,
You got no, dude. There's
you got no
escape, bro.
chance. You got no
No,
chance. She will
it's
beat
a
you
great
up, and then you
full
try to
family.
run away, and she's gonna track you down. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Oh wow.
That's my song,
That's awesome.
Desiree, Gotta Be, and I sing it all
It's
the time.
already added. It's already added to the playlist. So I'll send you the link so you can subscribe to the playlist and you can listen to all the songs from back in the day.
Thank
Right, from
you.
all the
Thank
athletes.
you.
Gee, take it
All
away,
right,
my man.
last bit, Shelly. We have a wonderful sponsor that supports us here by it's a local community driven restaurant called Wing Barn, and they give us gift cards to give away. So when you're down with the family visiting the valley again, I will definitely get you some Wing Barn gift cards just for getting all of these correct. I'm kidding.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong answer,
There's
but just
no
for
right or
playing,
wrong. You're
Okay.
good, Shelly.
you get gift cards. All right. Okay. Ready? This or that. And it's going to be a speed round of questions. Ready?
Okay.
Wonder Woman or Superwoman?
This.
Huh? What? Nothing? Wonder Woman or Superwoman?
Wonder Woman or Superwoman?
Which one?
I was like, I thought the first one is this and the other one is that.
Okay,
Oh my
yeah.
I was like, this.
No, that's a good way to do it.
That is a
though,
good
but
one.
I'm
You were the first
but
one
I'm
to
not-
ever do that. Like, oh, okay.
I'm not smart enough to get that.
Caught
It's
both
okay.
of us off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Okay, Wonder Woman.
Woman or Superwoman? All right. Long distance or sprint?
Long distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mustard or ketchup?
Ketchup.
Sonic or Whataburger?
Whataburger.
Ice bath or sauna?
Sauna all the way.
Wow. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Peanut butter or jelly?
Peanut butter.
Boat or plane?
Plain.
Scary or drama?
Scary.
Rap or country?
Depends on the mood. Depends on the mood.
Yeah. Okay. It's
I
whether you're
like both
sprinting
a
or you're
lot,
long distance.
actually. So yeah.
All
Depends on
right.
if she's beating somebody's ass, right? With boxing. Yeah.
Rap when she's boxing, country when she's running.
I can
got
imagine Shelly listen to some Tupac, like, you know.
Yeah, while she's beating somebody down.
Yeah.
All right.
I love both.
Okay.
genres.
Shelly, this is gonna depend on our future relationship, our future friendship. Okay. Die ball or Brownsville?
Oh.
You had to go there.
You have to be honest. You have to be.
No. You know what?
I mean, think about it, Shelly.
All pine trees. You just can't beat that view. I'm gonna go die ball.
Oh wow.
Legendary status.
Yeah.
Legendary
If you
status.
don't know why,
And she keeps her-
then you got to drive there and you'll see.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you chose Brownsville, you're only letting down like 98 people. So you did.
Hey, you know what? When I lived in Brownsville, I obviously, love being exercising and being outside. I love meeting people. I love talking about history. I'm a so I actually was for a little while a pedicab tourist driver. While I was there, gave historical tours of Brownsville on Brownsville Pedicab. They still have a site now. The person who started it is still there. They don't do that anymore because I was the one that did that. I don't think they continued the tourist part after.
Because they can't follow you up. I mean,
but
this is like,
no. Anyway, I love that part of it. Brownsville, I learned so much about it, and I absolutely love Brownsville. I would give tours to downtown Brownsville and the history of all the sites.
That's
and I absolutely love beautiful Brownsville. And I did boxing at Battlegrounds Boxing in Brownsville. Battlegrounds Boxing Gym. Those coaches are phenomenal. And so, I'm not throwing any kind of shade on Brownsville. That was a very hard decision to make.
Yeah. Well, you just let the entire city of Brownsville down, and you cannot go back to Brownsville now because you chose
I love Brownsville. No.
And so, but Shelly, thank you so much for joining the show. You were such a wonderful guest, and I learned so much about you that I had no idea. I mean, it's phenomenal. And this is why we do this, to tell stories and to reconnect and to, to honor the athletes and the people that made UTPA and UTRGV such a wonderful spot. And so
Yes.
you're one of those
And-
people.
Guys.
Thank you so
And
much.
I can speak for Brownsville. Brownsville loves you, and Dybel still thinks you're a legend.
Yes, you are a legend,
Thank
Shelly.
you.
And you are.
They are
Okay.
legendary in my heart. I carry those two places with me everywhere I go and everything I do. Every inspiration that I hopefully disseminate to my students, it has the foundation of Dybel and Brownsville. 100%.
Wow.
Fantastic. All right. Well, till next week, guys. V's up. Thank you, Shelly, for being part of the show. You're welcome back
Thank you, guys.
anytime. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Take care, guys. Have a great week.
Thanks.
Like we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. Like something happened.